Greetings to the Critic Corp discussion on House of the Dragon, Episode 3, Season 1. I am Jordy, first of his name, House of Merrick, and with me are my esteemed co hosts, Eric LaCroix, first of his name, Kingdom of Southgate, and as well, we have here Malcolm DeShields, as well as first of his name. None of us are juniors, I'm sorry to say, but of Kingdom of Westland. How is it going tonight, guys?
Oh, man, it's great. Great.
The community is well fed today. We
Well,
feel
that's
accomplished.
great to hear. Great to hear. I'm cutting you off. Fuck you. We are the Critic Corp. What we do here is we discuss some topics, whether it's a movie review, a show review, or tonight, like our House of the Dragon discussions, where we really dive in depth. So I'm gonna go off the top. This is the best of the season so far. Holy shitteroonie. Oh,
Yeah, I gotta agree with you.
oh
Yeah.
my god, this was phenomenal.
Most
This is
definitely.
like peak Game of Thrones again. I have not been this excited for a show in a long time. Even as much as I was enjoying Westworld, as much as I was enjoying Peacemaker, this easily takes the cake at like 3 episodes in. It's my favorite of the season so far. But those are just my general thoughts on the third episode at this point. But I'm gonna hand it over to you guys since we're gonna do a little bit of a deeper dive. Whichever one of you wants to take it from here.
Go on, Malcolm. You can talk a little bit.
There you go. Let me talk
Rookie
my
to
shit. Let me talk my
Westeros.
shit. Let me talk my shit. All right, guys. I just want to say, for a person that has never watched Game of Thrones, they're diving balls deep in on this. They're committed now. Like, I'm well invested. I regret every single ounce of not watching the Game of Thrones. But hey, I'm here now. Can't look back. As
You're making
far as
up for it today.
it's the thought that counts. But yeah, Damien, that boy, he earned his stripes with me. This episode, he came in with no remorse, riding on that dragon, burning niggas down, burning their ass down to the ground, burn this city. That's all he was screaming in his head. Burn this city by Lil Wayne.
Jory was hearing some church bells.
It was crazy. It was
Man,
like,
not even church bells. This reminded me of the Battle of the Bastards episode, like with just the dragons in general, where you see them, but they're not like at the forefront. Like except for
Yeah.
the very beginning of the episode where they just show the dragon attacking the crab feeders. But I love the backdrop of seeing like the army discussing at that one point on the cliff, and you see the dragon in the background just laying waste, and those ships getting shot at with the catapults. Man, that's the thing I love about this. Like the action isn't always at the forefront. Like sometimes it is in the background while there's these discussions going on, and it adds almost a realism because even though we would love to see that action caught like right there, it's not always
Oh yeah.
happening where the main characters are. Like that's one of the gripes I have with a lot of like medieval time movies and stuff. The king or the commander isn't going to be at the front line every time, you know?
But
yeah,
like we do get that a lot with Game of Thrones, and now with House of the Dragon, they like break that stigma of like the king being at like the forefront. Think about when
I
Robb
mean,
Stark, the king in the North originally.
yeah, and I mean, don't get me wrong, there are instances where they do take the lead. Hence, Battle of the Bastards, one of the most iconic shots, maybe even TV history. But dude,
yeah, bro. Like when they went out into the, and like when they went the crab eater or whatever his name is, that dude when he sent all his men out there, I knew it was over for him. I knew
Like
I
you
knew it was
fool.
I knew their life I knew their life was that was their last moment on earth, bro. It's like it was no point of return. He
So
was all
He
burnt
just
up.
sent them to the death.
He was all burnt up and shit too. I'm like, man, he just out there for hope. He's out there for hope. They ain't
No,
out there for pride. They ain't out there for pride. He out there for hope.
as
And
much as as much as I do want to talk about the ending and everything, I want to rewind
I
and go
want to talk
towards the
very
beginning.
beginning, dude.
Yeah. Let's talk about some of these dialogue scenes. Well, I'm just gonna lay the groundwork. We open with the whole thing of Damon taking on the crab feeders. There's an action scene at the beginning, very well done, very well shot. And it kind of leaves you hanging and not knowing what's happening over there. But then obviously we get brought back. It's probably what 3 years later since they're celebrating
Yeah, they said
Exterminate Day.
jumping
3 years,
3 years forward.
Yeah,
3 years,
they've
yep,
been doing a
3 years.
lot of time jumping.
So
But
Marions of age now, so yeah, they're trying to
yeah,
get her married and crap.
the Sea Snake and Damon have launched this war on the crab feeders, and we learn like early in the episode they're losing and losing badly, which we kind of infer from that opening scene
I
because
mean, but this is what I don't understand though fully is how are you losing and you got dragons? All right,
they explain that well. How they keep
like
on hiding in the
I
cave.
get they were, yeah, they kept going into the caves, but that's just your fault for not having a good strategy up front. Then, all
I
right,
mean, it might just be a good holdup.
I
Don't
mean,
forget, Winterfell held up against fucking the Horde.
man, fair
every
enough, but
dog.
I feel like you got dragons and like
I
you're
mean,
going at it the wrong way. Like they were probably going at it with all brute force and everything, and like
oh,
it wasn't until the end that you like they
can
decided to
we
get wise.
touch
But
on my favorite
I
scene
mean, it
in the
don't really
whole
matter if you got
episode
the
right
if you
now?
got it don't
When
really matter if you got the upper hand. If you know how to strategize, you can pull some shit from under your ass.
the
yeah,
very opening scene, though, the guy reaching for the sky, save me, my prince, save
bro,
me.
you feel safe now?
Bro, I was like, that is the most Game of Thrones Targaryen bullshit to ever
Yeah.
happen, and I fucking love it.
So he talking about burn him, got stomped out. Like,
Yeah, I bet you didn't see that part coming. Like your prince ain't gonna save you. He just here to wreck it all.
bro.
No, that scene was hilarious to me.
So,
But
there was a
anyway,
lot of like real fire scenes in this one, but like I gotta tell you, the one that I probably liked the most was when it was King Viserys and Rhaenyra in the like the tent area during the hunt.
yep.
And bro, it was just a real family argument, okay? It
Mm-hmm.
showed like despite him
Yeah,
being king, he still has to deal with a sassy daughter. All right.
yeah.
Family issues are real at every level, people. It doesn't matter if you're royalty or not. And I thought that was portrayed like perfect. It felt like something I was watching like
He
around
had
home
me,
or whatever. You know, like just if like I saw somebody like arguing in my house.
man. Viserys, he went through it. Viserys, he went through it this episode. He had me wanting to pour up a drink for him, bro. That
Dude,
man.
he's still going through it. Like I don't know if you guys noticed, but his hand, he's
Oh yeah,
like
his
you
hand's
remember that
still messed up.
infection?
Yeah, his hand's
Yeah,
still
well he
messed up.
lost those two fingers. He's got his
Mm-hmm.
pinky and his ring finger like cut in half or
It's
There's
almost
been
all the
three
something
way
years,
off.
my guy.
about them.
It's been 3 years, my guy. What you think was gonna happen?
So, well, I'm just wondering, like, I didn't think because of how they were saying the infection was spreading and it was on his back and everything and on his hand. Like,
Yeah, he's going
how
That
through
much
it.
longer does our king have?
I don't know if it's like literally a thing of a disease or maybe a metaphor for like how the throne corrupts you and leads to an early death or something. Because I mean,
I
all
mean, it easily could be, but still, I'm wondering, like, with how they're fast forwarding through this, like, we just jumped 3 years and it's episode three,
well,
right?
halfway
Now
through
we
the
know that they're gonna switch to a new Rhaenyra later on, like you were saying.
Yeah.
So How much longer do we have like with this Rhaenyra, and when it switches, are we still gonna have our king with us, or
We have
is
2
he
more
going
episodes
to?
with her.
I think
Episode
Damien go
5, it jumps 10 years.
I think Damien go kill him.
I love the groundwork they're laying, though. I
Oh,
mean,
absolutely. It's really
Yeah,
good, bro.
the
the
difference
way
for
they
me,
show
though, going into this is I do know what happens ultimately with like who takes the throne because I did listen to that audiobook and the groundwork they're laying for this upcoming conflict is mwah. I love what they've been doing. Like showing each side, like especially with Damon at the end. Um, oh, I love this episode so much.
he
Yeah,
fucking
we know you're
got a
obsessed with
spoil
this
shit.
episode.
Dude, some of the dialogue throughout the entire episode was just on point. One of my favorite scenes was when Allison Hightower and Viserys are right by the campfire, and they're starting to discuss the next heir. You can start to tell like the conflict that the father's causing the hand. Um, dude,
No,
I
the hand is reminding me of Tywin Lannister when he was hand.
I was gonna
All
say
right.
Littlefinger.
Oh, that's even better to be honest. Like very plotty and everything, but
Tywin Lannister
I
had
think
authority.
who's the guy on his council that came to him like also in the tent during the hunt and said like,
Otto.
"Sir, if you want to hear like my 2 cents or whatever."
Oh,
Oh, the one that suggested the what's the name?
That he
Son.
married the sea serpent's son.
The sea of the sun. Yeah. I
oh,
forget.
Yeah.
I
and
don't
that
know.
He seems like he's got like
He got some sense.
Viserys mixed with like Ned Stark, like he's very noble, but like he wants what's best for the realm.
Yeah, he got
He's
some.
not like he's about the realm.
Yeah, he got some sense to him. He not just trying to look out for himself.
Yeah, like he's a very noble man and like wants to like abide by his king, but in the end will like tell his king what to do, what's best for the realm. It doesn't matter what he wants.
Like
mhm.
like he said, he told him this before. He
The
mentioned to him
spider before the spider.
like, man, listen to him. He not just trying to be a greedy asshole like everybody else. Everybody else that kept coming up to him was trying to present a proposition in their favor, but you know, he
The
knew, he
only
knew,
one.
he Viserys knew, he knew what everybody was trying to get at. He was just trying to chill and enjoy his time. He just had a kid, yeah, man. He just trying to enjoy life, but nope,
He got
not when
another kid
you,
on the way too.
not when you a king. You can't enjoy life. You can't enjoy life how you want.
Is that how you
Rules.
feel sometimes, Malcolm?
You got rules. You got rules and regulations. Yeah. People, you gotta take care of your community as a whole. A lot of people depend on it.
I did
But
also like the scene. It was kind of towards the middle of the end between Rhaenyra and Viserys, talking about like her having to be led and stuff. Um,
Yeah.
Especially when she calls him out on his shit. Like, if it were for duty, you would have married Lena Valerian.
Oh
mhm.
yeah, dude. And he's just like,
You got
you
me.
got me there.
And
Every
well,
day she just pointing out facts, bro, and he just like, yep, that's true, that's true. But I'm still your king, and this what goes on.
but
This is what
Like I
goes
said, man,
on.
it's the family struggle.
I feel like that's also what plays into me believing like Viserys is a good man during these times, but a terrible king.
He's just struggling to be a good father right now.
I
Yeah,
feel
he's
like
hard.
they've established it throughout this series so far and throughout Game of Thrones. Like good kings aren't necessarily great men or great people in general.
No,
Or
absolutely.
vice versa. Like good people don't necessarily make the greatest kings.
To get the job done. It's all that matters. Rules and
And
regulations.
we get introduced to the Lannisters of this one.
Bro,
Twins,
just as entitled as Jamie Lannister. Oh my god.
Sir
The
Ryman,
silky
or no,
blonde hair. I knew it was a Lannister before I saw the lion on him.
yeah, we got Brett Lannister and his twin. I forget his name.
Oh no, it's the douchey one.
Yeah, the one who tries to court Rhaenyra. Oh, Jason Lannister.
Made from the finest
Yeah,
gold.
Jason old dirty ass. I'm
Yep.
like, bro, is she like 16? This nigga fooling.
No, and at this point she would be
Y'all
8.
talking about Elvis.
Stop hating on my man. Elvis.
Listen, King Viserys was ready to take on like what was she, 12?
Oh yeah, she was like 13, 11.
I mean, they
Oh my,
got another one on the way already.
yeah, he's over
Bro,
there.
and then
He's
when
shooting.
like the hand just so openly mentions marry your daughter to your new son, like it'll be okay.
All right.
That way, you know,
I was
my
wondering if
my
I
blood still
misinterpreted
sits
that.
on the throne, but and it was like it was so natural to be said, and it was
Yeah,
that
literally.
he had to remind him he's just a child. Like
Yeah,
that's
bro.
that's foolish, but not that it's her brother. It's but he's just a child.
Yeah, this nigga, bro, fresh out the womb still. That boy Otto, he's just trying to jug his way up. That boy
Yeah,
Otto
he just
he
wants
ain't
to
up to
be
no
as close to the king as possible,
Which
whatever king it will be.
he up to no good,
see
boy. I tell you. Be
the
the one
book,
close.
the audiobook that I had heard, um, only covered this like the Targaryen part of everything. I really want to see what happens to the High Towers. I'm very interested to see how that all goes about because in Game of Thrones, obviously, I mean, they may have been around. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't read those actual books. Um, but I don't remember the High Towers being around in Game of Thrones. Do you?
I feel like we talked about them.
They might have been referenced in passing. Oh, wait.
Yeah,
Were they the ones that they were talking about in like season
it
one
was
or
like
two that
it was
remember
season
them?
one, I think.
Did they reference them as being the ones that were wiped out?
Man, I gotta rewatch a lot of like Game of Thrones
It's been a
now,
long time.
especially once this season ends. And well, you gotta think like this is gonna be a series. They already like renewed for season two. So
Dude,
like
this is going to go on for a long time.
when this is all said and done, I can't wait to rewatch Game of Thrones. It's gonna show so much extra stuff. It'll be ridiculous.
Oh, I guarantee it. I mean, there's already one scene in Game of Thrones that kind of references how this is going to end, but I'm not
I
going to
know, and I want to rewatch it.
because they directly reference a couple of the characters in this.
Isn't it like, is it season three, episode four, or is it season four, episode three
Are
with
you talking?
Joffrey?
Oh, all right. So you did see it. Okay. Where they're
I just
talking.
don't remember which one it is. Is
Yeah,
it
it's one
season
of the other
four
ones.
or season three? Either way, people, if you wanted to look it up, it's season three,
Yeah,
episode four, or season four, episode three, I believe. Or
yeah,
just,
we're not going to
Google it.
say that kind of spoiler right now because some people probably haven't watched Game of Thrones, i.e., one of our co-hosts.
Yeah.
So we don't want to spoil this for him.
You
Man,
know,
like I said, I'm watching this. This is pretty much spoiling it for me.
you got to start watching Game of Thrones in the background.
I actually don't want him to. I really want to see his reaction to this and
All the
what's
way through without it.
because think about it. Me and you didn't read the books prior to, and we got to witness some of the shit that would happen. This man doesn't know heartbreak in a place like this.
Man, you don't know about that red button. I'll tell you though, because of that scene, I have such trust issues with this show. And even with that, like this episode, that boar scene, bro, I was sitting there and I'm like, something's gonna happen. He's gonna die. Like an arrow's gonna go through his face. Like his head's gonna get cut off. Like something bad's gonna happen right now.
Dude, I was waiting for like the King's Guard to show up and kill him or something.
Yeah, because like I think him and Rhaenyra are gonna like they gonna hook up for sure.
Who?
Sir Christian Cole.
Christian. Oh, sorry, Christian.
Yeah,
That's actually who I've been wanting her to end up with.
and
I
I
mean,
think that's
it's
who it would
it's
be if it's gonna be someone.
it's you
Because
know
think
it's
about it, she's
about
a rule breaker. He's part of the King's Guard, so he's forbidden to have any like children.
But it really concerns me, man.
I mean, it's
Oh,
bound to
and
Trying
happen.
not to get
got
close to
another
any of
red
these
wedding like
characters.
that.
It's
I'm-
bound to happen. I mean, she's only open to him. Like, she don't even talk. She don't even talk to fucking her own father. So
Hey, we thought we were getting another Stark at one point, but that didn't happen.
This man don't even know.
You don't know how heartbreaking these shows can be, Toke.
Dude, it just rips you apart in two.
But all in all, let's get to like our
Yeah,
final
rating.
thoughts on this. Or do you have anything else to say? I know you said you had quite a bit down, Eric.
Man, I think we covered a ton of it. Like honestly, with the fast forward 3 years, seeing just the dynamic of everything change. Like her with Lady Hightower, now the Queen, and just the power battle that they face. Like you saw in the Godswood, telling the singer to leave, be like, no, stay. And she goes, well, your queen demands you to leave. So someone that used to be a servant to Rhaenyra is now the queen who holds more power, and she's just kind of like slapping Rhaenyra in the face with it a bunch.
I hate
It
the
doesn't shock
Hightowers
me
so
that they
much.
have like a bad relationship now.
yeah.
So
Allison is a little cunt.
yeah,
It's
bro, and she's gonna
Sorry.
develop like
Sorry to
very.
say. Sorry to say. But,
It's heavily influenced
He-
by Otto, though. I gotta say, you can tell that Otto's the one pushing the button
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she's like on
But she's
autopilot with it, or exactly like she's all about it, like thinking about the strategy too. Like, yes, this is great. Like, this is what I need to do.
Yeah. He's
So,
giving her that.
I
He's
think,
giving her
like-
that little. He's Otto's in her ear, giving her that little push, but she's the one calling all the for real shot.
Oh yeah,
You know what I love about this is it's called House of the Dragon, but it is still the Game of Thrones. Like everybody's playing this game to try.
everyone's plotting, bro.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's the thing I loved about this show, the plotting and scheming on different ways to access that power.
I'm telling you, Damien, about
Everybody
the,
wants access to the
I mean,
throne.
they even reference
Whatever can get them closer to that godly level power is what they want. And think about it, like we have that even now.
they even reference every house trying to wed their son to Rhaenyra. So you already
Yep.
know that this is a huge thing that we are building to because the whole kingdom's
Well,
basically
she's the
at
Flex
their eyes on the
Queen.
ground.
Think about it though, because if she's still the named heir and that doesn't change,
I
then
did like
whoever
how
weds her becomes king.
I did like how Viserys like reemphasized like no, you are my heir.
I like that. He had her back still, even though they don't talk.
She gives me very queenly vibes already. Like she is a badass, man.
Oh yeah,
my boy Damien.
demands leadership, demands respect. I like it.
He about to murk him. He about to murk Viserys. I feel like Damien is. He about to come through and assassinate down there. He disrespected him. He disrespected him having that guard pull up with that letter. He took that to heart.
Bro, he got so triggered.
Oh, and then
That man
the whole
was
army.
not ready for it.
Bro, I already knew.
All he
I already
was trying
knew
to do
something
was
was about-
deliver a letter.
I will
That's
say I was worried. he
Don't
was
shoot the
not-
messenger.
I already knew something was about to go down when he turned around and started itching for his sword, bro. I'm like, he about to either slice this man down where he stand or something, bro. Like,
I was
Beat
worried
the
that he
hell.
wouldn't take any damage when he was marching through those lands. I was like,
Bro,
you're telling me
bro, that was
not
about to
one
be
of
some.
these arrows is gonna hit him?
It was about to be some
Yeah, I was like, this
RRR
is
shit
well.
all over again. It's
I was
about to be
about to think that like the guys shooting the arrows were on his side. I'm like,
bro, yeah, the
Because
way he was moving through that shit, it reminded me of RRR.
I
I
mean,
was like,
think of Ramsey.
with that foot press off the sand.
he was just coming through, using their body as a shield, running.
Oh my god.
I mean, think of Ramsey Bolton when he took out fucking what's his name in Battle of the Bastards. Like it took him a few arrows, but this is like literally damn near hundreds of arrows that are flying at this guy.
Hundreds,
And
bro.
I thought he was just gonna like escape it all. I was like, okay, now you're really pushing this.
Yeah,
Yeah, like him getting 4 arrows into his body in different places. I was like, I'll allow this. This seems fair at this point.
Yeah.
Like if
yeah,
you're gonna survive, like you at least needed 4 arrows to yourself.
yeah, bro. Cause he got shot in the beginning too when he's on the dragon. He got hit,
Mhm.
but
And I like that they
oh,
showed that how he was still vulnerable up there.
I'm like, bro, this man make it through and once he made it through the second crowd of arrows, I got so hyped, boy. I got up on my toes. I was like, oh shit.
That's
He
what you've
said,
been
I'm
training
doing it
those
for the
camps for,
hood.
to be agile like that.
He said, I'm doing it for the hood. Fuck the dragon. Hey, we here. We here. Oh, for the
Man,
pride. For the pride. He had too much pride. He said, what your help? Fuck your help, brother.
I think this show is probably like the best one that we're gonna get for the year.
So far,
I
it's
would
my
say.
favorite.
Just
Yeah.
because like even though like we were talking about with Rings of Power, like the imagery in that one, like the scenes that they have in there are amazing and are probably better than what we've seen in Game of Thrones for
The
some of
budget.
them.
You seen the budget?
Yeah,
That's just
but like I
strictly
think the story is better for like House of the Dragon.
Oh
120.
yeah, most definitely. Well,
Like it's
for
moving
now,
at a better pace. Like
we can't
I
say
mean, even within the first episode, to be fair, like you knew where everybody stood, where like
yeah.
everybody's allegiance were, what their main goal was. Whereas, like in Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, as much as I did love the first couple episodes, it just doesn't compete with this right now to me, just because this story's already got me hooked. I know what's going on, I know what the end goal is here. In Rings of Power, even
yeah,
though I know the source material and everything, like I
Just
couldn't
wait,
tell you where that's heading right now.
just wait till the third episode, boy.
Yeah.
I ain't saying nothing yet. I'm keeping my mouth shut.
we're
Oh,
at ep 3 for House of the Dragon. We'll wait till we're at episode 3 for Ring of Power. You know,
next Friday.
Cause Ring of Power came in swinging the first two.
They did. They very much did.
Swing.
But
more the second one.
I'm gonna give my final thoughts and score. So overall, love the pace, love the story, love the build up that we're getting to this conflict that we're gonna have between the three parties or factions within House Targaryen. Um, this reminded me of like peak Game of Thrones in the heyday, like Battle of the Bastards type level. I know we keep referencing that just because of the battle, but there was a lot of inspiration taken from that in terms of shots, I believe. But I gotta
Yep.
go with plus on this one. Like so far in the season, this is easily my favorite, but I'm gonna hand it over to one of y'all.
Well,
I I'm still lost for words. This episode was phenomenal. I knew it was coming. I didn't think it was coming that quick. I didn't think they was about to jump right into it, but they most definitely they built it up real good just for this third one. I can't wait for the next one. Honestly, I will. I'll most definitely give it an A. Like
oh yeah.
it's an A1 for me. A1.
I'll have to say that it's a plus for me too, man. I really liked it. I'm excited to see where the show goes. Like I always am. They're gonna keep bringing it home. So let's see what's next week.
Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. That about wraps up for our show today. Thank you all for tuning in to another review and discussion by the Critic Corp. Please don't forget to hit the like and bend the knee at the very bottom of the page. We're still working this all out. Obviously, if you can't tell, we're still on Zoom, kind of winging this. So just be patient with us. We're getting the technical parts all figured out and squared away. Another thing, following up, we are going to be watching Bahubali 1 and 2 within the next week or two. So keep an eye out for that discussion and review. We did make a promise. We intend to keep it. And also drop below just some ideas for movies or shows to watch. Like, we're always open, we're always available. We do kind of have a pack lineup right now, but we will fit it in and do our best to make sure we
We
cover.
respond to your comments.
Oh,
Not everybody does, but we do.
Unless you're that account that reference a porn site on the Rings of Power, then no.
We will not respond to your comments.
Unless you send a free link to said porn page.
Technically, we're responding to it right now.
But we will be successful if
all in all, support the corp.
Yes, we will only be successful as much as you guys help us. And we thank you for all the support that we have been getting recently. We endlessly appreciate it. But that's going to do it for us tonight. Thanks again for tuning in and have a great night.
Thank y'all. Have a good one.